Early extension in the downswing can be very, very destructive, and maybe get a little bit of a hook, maybe don't quite catch it properly, but certainly we lose power. We tend to lose a lot of power prior to contacting the ball. Now, early extension is merely the club effectively releasing too soon, or the trail arm, right arm for me being a right-handed player, is straightening too soon in the downswing. Now, if we look at that position that I just done, you can see quite clearly that I've over-released it. I've got early extension coming in prior to impact, something that is very, very irritating when we get that. We've all had it, doesn't matter who you are, we've all released that club too soon. Now the problem is we then decide in our minds that we want to stop that, so we refrain ourselves from releasing, and we then try to hold the club back in an attempt to stop the early release and the early extension that we don't want in our golf swings. However, if I go into this position again here, where you can see the club's really past me, but one thing that you'll notice is that I haven't actually rotated through impact there. Now this position is actually not incorrect, it's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So that isn't something that you should try to stop, because it's the correct position, just in the wrong place in the swing. This position here is fine if I rotate through. So if I do it from this angle and then rotate through, this is pretty much where all the top players will be with their normal golf swing. So what do we need to do? The key here is to make sure that the bodily function is moving and turning and transferring through in the correct sequence. So this sequence would be hands, arms, and really no big muscles are involved in that swing, or if they are, they're coming after you've struck the ball, which is obviously too late. So we want this position here, not here, here. Now you can't stop it and then release it. We're still going to have a release, but we have to release with rotation of our body, of our stomach and our lower half. Now the golf swing is over in such a short space of time from the top of our backswing to impact. There's not a lot of time there to really be thinking, oh, I need to do this and I need to do that. You really must go and practice and create muscle memory, and also create a kind of perception and visualize how you should be swinging through. Now, one of the great tips I can give you for this is to really focus on how you're finishing your golf swing. Even if it's a small swing, focus on the finish and not so much on what's going on down here at ground level. If I think, well, I don't want to finish, if I was doing a small swing, I don't want to finish there, I want to finish here. Now the only thing I've done is I've just allowed my body to swing and naturally turn to pretty much face my target. So with this exercise, what you're really trying to do, once you've picked the club, seen a good positive shot that you're going to play, is then focus more on finishing what you're doing in some kind of style. So I don't want to finish like that because I haven't actually moved my body. This is the same movement here as it was there. It's just now more in sync with the rotation of my golf swing with my bigger muscles. But if I think, right, I'm going to finish here, then it sort of takes away the idea of actually hitting the ball and the worry of hitting the ball. Your task, if you like, is just to complete your finish. Make that finish correct. And if your finish is correct, it's more than likely going to have been correct slightly before arriving into that finishing position. Hence, you're probably going to hit the ball much better and much more consistently by focusing on the finish. Likewise, if we do a full finish, well, that's not really a very good finish. You can see there's really been nothing here at all as far as my feet and my legs, my stomach. My big muscles have really done nothing. But if I think, well, no, I want to finish in this place, and I don't worry so much about hitting the golf ball, I worry a little bit more about really looking good and feeling good in balance in my finishing position. Even if it's a small swing, exactly the same. Just try and make sure that position is good. And that's the only thing you should really be concentrating on when you're out on the course and you're actually trying to hit the ball. Forget the ball. It's just a round white piece of plastic that's going to be in the way of the journey of your golf swing. If you can overcome the anxiety of actually hitting the ball and be more comfortable and relaxed in thinking, well, I'm going to get to here even if I miss the ball. My task is that. My goal is that. If you achieve your goal that you asked yourself to do in the beginning, you'll feel much happier about it. Yes, I know if you missed the ball or you topped it, that's not exactly going to make you very happy. But over the long term, doing this will improve your overall golf game and really encourage this consistency that we require. Because bear in mind, if I finish here pretty much every time on my small shot, then I have a constant. It's something consistent. It's something that you know will work because you should have practiced it to build a bit of confidence. And then when you go to the course, take your setup, full swing, smaller swing, and just think to yourself, okay, all I've got to do is make a good finish. Haven't got to worry about the ball. I'm going to make a good finish. And if you finish like this, and then you blame the fact that it doesn't work, well then you're misleading yourself because that isn't what you were intending to do. So here, and then look for the ball. Create this as your goal, your finish as your goal, and you really will hit more consistently good shots, and you'll develop better distance control with some of the smaller shots that you want to play, because you've got a consistent end position to swing to. What a lot of golfers do is they tend, as soon as they've hit the ball, it's like, well, I've finished now. Why should I bother making a fancy finish? But the finish is the finish of the momentum that you want to have going through. The finish is really, really important. The same in a lot of sports. A little bit like snooker, we wouldn't jab at the ball and stop the cue from going through the ball. You would go through the ball. And it's the same here. We want to go through and make a real effort to make a good finish. So the early extension here is really only because I've stopped all of this movement and just tried to hit the ball with just a little bit of hand and arm action. So when we get up to the ball, excuse me, when we get up to the ball, all I'm going to think about now, small swing, but just finish. And then I'm going to examine my finish. I'm not bothered where the ball goes. Yeah, maybe a little bit of practice there. It wasn't great, that finish. Didn't quite catch it. Didn't look too bad on the video. Let's have another one. But if that was the worst one that I ever did with that sort of swing, I got a 7-iron here, I wouldn't be too disappointed because it's still reasonable, it's still respectable. But I want to hit it a little sweeter than that. So let's concentrate purely on the finish. That was a little bit better. I really focused on getting a good looking, controlled finish. Very pleased with that. Now if I do one a little bit incorrect here, you can see I've had no commitment to finishing my swing. It's been a hit and hope action and got away with it. But how often do you see, you know, that type of swing on the golf course where the person maybe looks quite good here and swings it back actually quite good, but then there's almost panic stations when they come back to the ball. And there's really no control over that. That's almost just a real anxious, worried hack at the ball rather than swinging through. So one more time, but this time with a little bit easier. Good finish. I haven't even looked for the ball. I'm checking my finish, and then the ball has gone quite nicely there. Video. Yeah, that's not bad. Now if I want to do a full swing, I wouldn't go like that. I'd then blame my legs, or I've got to work on my legs. If you can make a finish, then make the finish. So again here, good setup as ever. Nice smooth backswing, and then focus on looking the best that you can look at the end. Yeah, not too bad. Should have held the finish a little bit longer there, had a little bit of swing rebound. Yeah, not bad. One more. Don't want to bore you too much, but I really hold the finish now. That goal, that task, eliminates the worry of hitting the ball. Swing through, hold your finish. It's one of the best tips I can give any golfer, including you watching this video. Putting through, hold, then look. Chipping through, hold, then look. Half shots the same, 3/4 shots the same. Look at Rory McIlroy when he finishes with his drive. Probably 9 times out of 10 he holds that finish in real balance, poise, looks like he knows what he's doing, and as we know, he does know what he's doing. But copy from the best, learn from the best. Through, hold your finish, focus on your finish. Leave me a comment on this. Let me know what you think, whether it helps you, whether or not you don't like this idea for whatever reason. And as ever, if you like the content that I'm producing, then please hit the subscribe button, and that'd be really, really appreciated. Until next time, thanks very much for watching.